Hey guys, Morgan from Rebellious Reading. We talk about all things books, and today I'm going to be starting a new series. This is reviewing my aunt's IRA books, and we're starting this with One Day in My Life by Bobby Sands. So, a little historical background for those of you who don't know. Bobby Sands was a member of the IRA, a group that believed in Irish republicanism, which is a philosophy that says that Ireland should be all one country and not Northern Ireland being ruled by the UK. Now, before we continue, let me just say that I'm American, so I have no dog in this fight. But I will say that while I don't agree with all of the IRA's tactics, I sympathize with them, especially after reading this book. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's talk about One Day in My Life by Bobby Sands. So, this book is basically a biography, except everything being described takes place over the course of a single day. I find this to be an interesting and unique structure for this book. And in this book, Bobby Sands describes what life was like for an IRA prisoner who wanted to be treated as a political prisoner. And let's just say it was pretty horrible, with such amazing things as prison guards giving them little to no food, spraying them with a disinfectant that had several of the same ingredients as tear gas, beating them, and forcing them to live in gross, unclean conditions, among other disgusting things. Bobby talks about all of this and more, and how it all happened to him in a single day, which is pretty heartbreaking. Like, there's one passage in here where he talks about how when he was a kid he would watch documentaries about Nazi concentration camps and how he thought they were a thing of the past, and that he would never end up somewhere like that. And now he is there. Yeah, that passage in particular struck me as pretty poignant, because atrocities like that are still going on in some countries. Just look at what China is doing to the Uyghur Muslims, or hell, what my own country is doing to suspected terrorists at Guantanamo Bay. Knowing that stuff like this is still going on makes me think that everyone should read this book. It shows what happens when one group of people is made to think that they're inherently better than another group. Cruelty and violence often follow when that happens. And also, this book shows just how much power corrupts. The prison guards were told by the UK government that they could do whatever they wanted to these prisoners, and as a result, they inevitably abused their power. So, yeah, stuff like this happens even in just regular prisons sometimes, especially private prisons, and it also happens in other places where people are not allowed to question authority. Before I ramble on too long about my political beliefs, though, can I just say that this book is exceptionally well written for something that Bobby Sands wrote on a piece of toilet paper and hid inside his own body? Yeah, the writing here is visceral, and there's some dark humor interjected here and there, and that's actually not bad for a guy who was going through some serious trauma at the time. Anyway, R.I.P. Bobby Sands. You were a brave man who deserved better. I really enjoyed your book. I found it to be incredibly eye-opening. And on a scale of S plus to Z minus, yes, I'm using a tier list system, I give this book an A plus. And I hope you guys check this book out. Because while not everyone can handle this sort of thing, it will break your heart if you choose to read it. If you can stand it, it will be incredibly rewarding. And that's my review. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Morgan from Rebellious Reading, and I'm out.